Hey there. Okay, so first off, I just thought I'd give you guys a different view today. So I'm sitting on my bed, and there's my Heroes poster. Back there's my Tony Awards poster. Cause I just really like the Tonys, obviously. This is the poster my homemade poster that I showed you guys last year, and no, I haven't taken the sticky notes off of. There's my Star Kid affirmation, which I love. And this is the best drawing that I've ever done. So I like to keep it on my wall to remind myself that I can draw. I mean, I know I can draw, but like, the best one I've ever done. So I like to just always keep it in view. Got some other stuff. Okay, so up there is a freak flag, because I don't like it. Here is my board. I have a Book of Mormon button, Jersey Boys luggage tag, anything goes button that's the same as this one, Little Mermaid button, and a parking ticket that needs to be paid. Whoops. And these are strings from a cookie that I bought at the Broadway Flea Market. But it was at the Mamma Mia table. And they're like, "You want a cookie?" And it was like wrapped in a little bag. And so I kept the ribbon. Oh, and then below here I've got a Phineas and Ferb thing because I love Phineas. I never write on the board, but whatever. Okay. Secondly, my hair is ridiculous today because it was raining outside. Whatever. I haven't taken off this sailor hat for 3 days. So I got it on Saturday. I wore it all the way home on Sunday, the entire drive. I think I took it off once because I needed to pump gas, and I was like, it's already obvious that I have no idea what I'm doing because in New Jersey, like, the people pump the gas for you. Forever. So I was like, I don't want to take this off for like 5 minutes. But I wore it all of yesterday in all of my classes. And today, I just kind of put it in my book bag. I was like, okay, I'm not going to do what I did yesterday. And then we started dancing to Anything Goes in my tap class. We were running through the whole thing, and I'm like, I need my sailor hat. So I got it out of my bag, and I was like, I don't want to take it off. So I wore it for the entire day again. Stuff I don't know that I've shown you. I made this pillow last year, and maybe I did show you this. I don't know, but I decorated it like a playbill, and then I put different stuff on it. Like, I got a couple of Facebook things. Okay, so like, there are purple eyes for Next to Normal. These lights are like Jersey Boys and Wicked, and my computer just turned off. Okay, Lion King, Little Mermaid, Little Shop of Horrors in the corner, Dave, and Phantom of the Opera / Beauty and the Beast. I don't know. Well, like, I don't know what you want to associate the rose with, but whatever. Anyway, I always sleep with that because it reminds me of my dream. It's so cheesy, but whatever. And here's my monkey, Bluegill. He's named after the fish. So it's kind of a long story. I'll tell it some other time. But, yeah, I'm in college, still sleep with my stuffed animals. Anywhere in the bed. Okay, so, responses. Oh my gosh, who is talking to me? Oh, I like these people. That sounds terrible. Okay, I like all my friends. Alright, notes. Joe, you are not shallow. Please, like, that was not my intention in making the video. It was just like, the future is what you seem to be stressed about, and the future is definitely something to think about a lot. And it can be the cause of stress. I know that for me, it is the cause of a lot of stress. So, like, don't even be worried about that, because that's something that's very, very important. And I just had a rough week. But, like, the thing is, that's all in the past, except for this parking ticket. So, like, yeah. You know, it was just, like, this week, all of my problems were kind of in the now. And then, in your video, all of your problems, or the majority, like boy trouble and stuff, wasn't, but all of your problems were about the future. And so, like, please don't feel shallow about uh, talking and worrying about that, because it's something that's really important. And yeah, I don't want, my problems are no greater than yours. It was just different circumstances. And we all deal with things in different ways. So, okay, this is a random anecdote, but you mentioned that you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and there are a few students from England here, and they like live on my floor in the building. And I was passing one of them in the hall the other day, and she was talking to somebody, and it was like right after we got back from Thanksgiving, and that's obviously what they were talking about. And it was so funny because they don't celebrate Thanksgiving in England either. But she was telling the guy that she was talking to, she was like, I ate so much. And she's like, I thought Christmas was bad, but this is insane. She was like going on and on about how much she ate, and I thought it was so funny because she just, that's definitely, that's a food holiday. It's great. I ate a lot. I normally don't eat a lot on Thanksgiving. I don't know why, but I'm wearing a red shirt, so. I agree with you, Joe, about most modern theater. I think that a lot of it is just kind of like, oh, how can we shock and provoke the audience? I don't think that's always necessarily a bad thing, but I know what kind of theater you're talking about, and for the most part, I definitely do feel the same way about it. But my laptop's on battery right now, and it has different settings, so it like turns off the screen every 3 minutes. But anyway, that reminded me, my favorite class, my favorite professor, Kevin, is like a genius. And I just kind of thought that I'd share some of the plays that we have read so far in this class. Just because I don't know. I feel like it. Which one did we read from? We read, I didn't like this one. Okay, by Ibsen, we read Hedda Gabler. I personally did not like it, but it's got very, very interesting characters. None of them likable. We read Bacchae by Euripides. That's okay. So Kevin, I gotta tell you, Kevin is weird. He is out of his mind, but at the same time, he's like the smartest person I've ever met. So there's this line in Man of La Mancha that says, "There goes either the maddest wise man or the wisest madman that ever lived." And that's exactly how I would describe Kevin. So all of these plays, I'm probably going to describe as weird, but don't let that stop you from reading them. So this is basically all of the women in the town or place go to the forest and like get naked and kind of have a giant orgy in the forest, and all of the men are very aroused by this, and when they try to go peek, they are killed. And the reason they did that is because like the god Dionysus has like come back, and the king is denying his existence, and it's strange but interesting. Alcestis, who also by Euripides. A king was supposed to die, but his wife volunteered to take his place instead. And it's really It's kind of provoking. I don't I don't want to give too much away, but like the king like doesn't want his wife to die, but at the same time he doesn't want to die because he's a ruler and blah blah blah. And then his parents get involved and there's a big feud with the parents, and it's probably the most interesting scene in a play that I've read in a long time. Okay, then we read The Misanthrope from Moliere, which I rented all of these and I'm regretting it. This one was really funny. It's basically kind of about a man. He's in love with a woman, and he hates all mankind. That's pretty much all you need to know without getting too much into the complexities of the plot. My goodness, I've talked for a long time. Okay, we read The Seagull by Chekhov. Names are complicated, but the play is really good. On the surface, it's kind of a romantic play, but it's got a lot to offer. It's really interesting. It's hard to picture being put on a stage. Long Day's Journey into Night. Read this play if you have not. It's by Eugene O'Neill. Long Day's Journey into Night. Here. There we go. It is a true story of Eugene O'Neill's life and the struggles with his mother, and just his family in general. It's very, very good. Endgame. Joe, I have a feeling that you would either love this play or hate it, because it's basically about life. Something tragic has happened, and there's only... The play takes place in a room, and there's Ham, who sits in a chair, and there's Clove, who is like his dog, basically. Like, Ham just orders him around. But it's like all of the lines are very short. It's a very quick read. But it's a lot to be interpreted. I don't know. Endgame by Samuel Beckett. And the most recent one we read... Oh my gosh, I've been going on forever. Okay. The most recent one we read was The Homecoming by Harold Pinter. This one's weird. 5 guys in a house. One of them brings home a wife after being gone in America for 6 years. And the wife is interesting. I don't want to give away spoilers. Weird. The Homecoming by Harold Pinter. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up really soon. But now that I've listed all of my plays. One sec. Okay. Meg, I'll get to you, but I have one more thing for Joe. So, you mentioned that you're not sure if you want to direct professionally. It's funny, because today in class, Kevin was talking about how a good director is so hard to find, because they don't necessarily interpret the play. And, he was like, a director's job is to take a good play and ruin it. And he's like, that's what directors do. They ruin things. And so, but, like, because you're actually invested, like, in the actual material, in the theater, like, that's exactly what Kevin was describing a good director as. So, I don't know. It was funny, because that was, like, a rant that he had today. So, okay, wait. Meg, I've got just quick things for you. I love your videos. I love all of your videos. You guys rock. Okay. I was thinking the same thing as you about you being privileged. Oh gosh, I'm really running out of time. Because you'll probably get to meet all 3 of us before any of us get to meet the rest of the group. And I'm jealous, but I'm happy for you. Your Santa hat on your Star Trek poster is covering up Zachary Quinto's face, and I love Zachary Quinto. So, just something I noticed. And also, you have mad skills, like eating 7 Pringles at once. That was the cleanest I've ever seen anybody do it. I gotta go. I will talk to you later. I really, really like you guys. You guys rock. And bye!